Well, I think that's the one thing about my my career. I've been in different leagues, different situations. In each of those, they provide experience that allows you to grow as a coach and be able to have that experience and calmness walking into different situations and know that each path is different, but through experience, you're able to find the right route to the direction you want to take the team. I think for us to start, early, our focus has to be on ourselves. We want to be able to, lift this team up. I think we have a good core of guys here, but unfortunately, the team didn't have a strong year last year. Finishing in the bottom and having a long losing streak. Those are things that I really didn't come in here to try to blame and try to find, as much as who was at fault, as much as what we have to do to fix it. And I think we have a clear path of what we want to do to get there. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a commitment from everybody. I realize always going in, it sounds great to say we're going to do certain things, but at the end of the day, other people may have different ideas. So you have to be, as a leader, have to be strong and knowledgeable of what needs to get there, and also have the courage to stay the course and provide the accountabilities for the team in order to achieve that. So I think early on, to answer the question directly, we're a team that we finish where we finish. Now it's time to dig out of here, one game at a time, keeping our eye on the big picture. But we want to be a team that competes hard every night. We want to be a team that plays collectively well as a group, and we want to be a team that's very hard-working and tough to compete against. Well, it's obviously, there's a large part of the team that's coming back. They've been here for a little while. They've had some seasons where they've been very close to finding that edge and being able to forge ahead, but it hasn't happened. Now what we have to do is we have to be able to get everybody on the same page, in terms of our work ethic, our system, our discipline, our team accountability, and really be able to bring that on a consistent basis. To be a team that demands it every day, a team that demands it every practice and every shift in the game. That's a lot easier said than done, and sometimes it takes a little pain and suffering. But I think what we've been able to do is bring together and bring in some new blood that has strong leadership qualities, that has a commitment to winning, and I think that is a little bit of an inspiration for the guys that have been here that have those same qualities, those same leadership qualities, those same instincts to compete and to win. I think we just have to be able to bring it together and bring it out. But I think we have a group that's hungry and wants to go in that direction. Well, obviously, I think the KHL is a very fast league. It's to me, you have the NHL, you have the KHL. You have the AHL, and then very close to that, you have leagues like Switzerland, Sweden, Finland, and such. But I think it's a very fast league that's very highly skilled, that brings out players that have been in the NHL or on the verge of playing in the NHL. I've had the opportunity to be with some pretty good clubs in the National Hockey League. I actually coached some games in the NHL in Phoenix when Wayne Gretzky left the team. And been around, the Detroit Red Wings for a number of years and knowing what it takes to be a successful team and build and develop within your organization. So for me, I think, the leagues itself, every time you change leagues, maybe the speed's a little quicker. It takes you a few games to kind of see where the speed's at. Sometimes you have to make a little bit of adjustments in the game that you want to play. But I think now the game is so universal. I've had the opportunity to coach many games in the Champions League, many games against Swedish, Finnish teams, been in the Swiss League a number of years. And you can see the collective way that teams play, but also the little nuances from league to league. And I think I've been able to adapt and be able to bring and take some of those things and add it to the team system that we want to play. Well, Team Italy was at a kind of a crossroads when I came there. They had a lot of players that had ended through injury or through family situations, their national team experience and weren't playing. We went through COVID. We had many challenges. And playing in the A pool, as it is with Team Italy, is a challenge. But when you have a full, complete turnover on your defense, when you have the challenges of COVID taking out most of your team before the World Championships, again, another experience that helps you grow as an individual and as a leader. And but what we were able to do was really focus on the development of the young players. We don't have a lot of time with them, but we tried to provide extra time throughout the season, be able to watch games, provide feedback, give them drills and videos, provide an outline of what our expectations as the coaches of the team were for each position, and demands that we had to raise our game to. Maybe those results with that type of team aren't always seen in the wins and losses, but the positive development that team made through the last World Championships to be as competitive as we were in such a challenging situation was very positive for the program. For me, the biggest experience, well, the most disappointing was we didn't obviously get the win that we needed, and we were just under 1 minute away from doing that in the game against France. But for me, it was the way that our team responded to the challenge. We knew early on we'd have two very fast games in Canada and Switzerland, and I think we were able to really, give our best efforts and compete against two very, very good clubs, as we saw as that tournament unfolded, how good they both were. And knowing that we were going to play two of our fastest games, and we were going to try to use that as a strength of ours. The other thing is our 6-week preparation leading up. I think we did a very good job of our strength and conditioning off ice, preparing our team to play together and connected and tight as a team on the ice. And I think that showed in a lot of the scores and the way that we played. There was a couple other games, the France game, I think we could have and should have won. We let it slip away through a couple of mistakes, but the Denmark game, the Slovakia game, played very well as well on top of the Canada-Swiss game. So I think our team had real growth, had a positive experience, and for me it was just the cohesiveness and the tight bond that we forged as a team. To me, when you get a team like that, if we could have took them throughout the year and had the time to develop even further, I think we could have saw huge gains for that team. Well, I think it depends on the player. I think it depends on the player's experience with the coach. I think I'm a multifaceted coach that I have a lot of intensity and emotion, but I have a lot of passion for my team and for my players. I really care about the players and want to see them have success. I like to challenge them. I like to bring out the best in them. I think if you talk to some players who come in and who work really hard and show up on time and are professional and buy into it, I think that their experience has been very positive. We've dealt well together. We've stayed close over the years, and I still, in fact, I'm using some of those players that are now coaching and managing teams to help try to put this team together. I really enjoy that. I enjoy developing positive cultures, winning cultures. As you alluded to at the beginning, in Lugano we created, out of a very difficult situation. In Bolzano, the same thing. We created a team that was really strong together, and we found ways to overcome adversity. In Lugano, we lost 3 of our best players with 2 games to go, and everybody thought our season was done. But because we had worked all year to be really strong together as a group, we were able to get to the finals. Unfortunately, we lost in Game 7, 1-0, but we were a team in every sense of the word. And to me, I've had many experiences, whether it be in Grand Rapids, whether it was in Bolzano, with Team Italy, with Lugano, where our team has been a team in every sense of the word. And to me, that's the most enjoyable aspect of what I do, when I'm able to bring a group together and we become the strength of everybody, forging as one. That's the most important job for a coach. Well, for me, it's discipline, it's work ethic, it's team and self-accountability. It's being tight together, playing in a system that gets everybody tight as a unit. I think you're better when you're like this as opposed to like this. And most importantly, honesty and trust. Sometimes that honesty isn't what people want to hear, and it's not always going to be roses and sunshine. But I think honesty is most important. It builds trust. And when you have those other elements within your team, it allows you to have success. So for me, that's kind of the backbone of what I experience, or what I am as a person, as a coach. And most importantly is bringing energy, emotion, passion to our group. Well, I think it's great. Where I grew up in Canada, we are very diverse. You could take a youth hockey team and have people from 7 to 10 different ethnicities. In Lugano, we had 7 different languages in our room. I think the world is a smaller world now, you know, whether it be through internet, social media, through travel. Right now it's maybe not so much, but we have the ability to communicate and see other cultures and how people think, and you know how those cultures were forged and grown. So I think there's a respect level for people, and a serious interest in how other people see things and do things. So I think it's a lot easier to bring people together. I think the way the world is now, it's a lot more open and accepting, and for me it's like a dressing room. If you come in and you're a good person, you're respectful of others, and you're going to contribute to the health of the group, you're going to be accepted, and you're going to be you know, widely adopted into the team. And to me, that's the most important thing. I think it's a very interesting dynamic when you have a good mix like that.